If you are somebody that was in high school when the person you're dating was born, you're a sick person. Please tell me how y'all still got these big ass potholes that are breaking people's rotors, flattening people's tires, like causing severe damage to people's cars, and y'all doing all this work on the road. I'm not gonna tell you I'm a tough guy. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. One, I'm too old to be tussling. Two, I got a gun. Take that how you will.
What's up? Welcome to the You Know's Best Spot. I appreciate your support. In return, I hope I provide you with some worthwhile gems that benefit you on your journey. At the very least, I hope I put a smile on your face. If not, hopefully you share this with someone that does benefit. And I got you next time. Again, thanks for joining today, and let's get this thing going.
What's up? Welcome to another episode of T.O.T.S. Got a new couch. Hope everybody's doing well. It's Women's Month, right? I probably shouldn't even bring this up because it's Women's Month, but I am. First things first, I'm somebody, like, if you know me, I'm not a respecter of persons. I don't care who you are, what group you in. If you on BS bullshit, I'm gonna call it out. Recently, there's been a lot of attention going towards Draya and her pregnancy with Jalen Green. So as somebody that has dealt with my friends being groomed or sexually assaulted that are women, but also I know men that have had their own experiences with sexual assault and people preying on them that are much older. I'm really sick of like two pieces of this. One, the predatory nature of these women that go after these athletes and the stupidity that these athletes have to even fall for it. Like you have the Brittany Renners, you got Draya, you got a lot of these women that just chase these athletes and they're dumb enough to believe that these women actually want to be with them for who they are and not for what they can do for them. But this one is especially sickening because Draya is almost twice Jalen Green's age. Look, he's a grown man. He can make whatever decisions he wants, but she, as a damn near 40-year-old woman with a son that's close to Jalen Green's age, should be ashamed of herself. And everybody's saying like, well, where's all the uproar about men that do this, like Jay-Z? I think I seen somebody like Marvin Gaye, Prince. For me, if you are somebody that was in high school when the person you're dating was born, or hell, even if they're in elementary school, you're a sick person because you guys can't have anything in common. Like for me personally, if you close to my sister's age, it's a dub. I'm not doing it. And that's always been the thing. Like my minimum at this point is 30 years old. Like I might do 29, but 30. If you're not in your 30s, we ain't got nothing to talk about. We don't have any shared experiences. We didn't grow up watching the same cartoons. We didn't grow up doing the same things. Our lives are totally different and in different stages. Like I'm 37 with a kid and almost 40. Like what I look like talking to somebody that's 20 years old, 21 years old. Like we don't got nothing to talk about, like other than sex and what I can do for her. I just think about where I was and the women that I dated at that age. The conversations were minimal. Like, and not saying that you can't be more mature, but what do we have in common? What are we talking about? And if you are someone that is close to my age and you're able to have conversations with someone that's that young, like y'all on the same level, intellectually, mentally, and emotionally, you should talk to yourself. Like you should go seek a therapist. You might be a little off. So like, it's just sickening. And to excuse it because he's grown, she grown. Nah, it's not okay. She has preyed on this young man and it's just disgusting. Like, y'all got to stop it. Men and women alike. I don't understand it. I just think about me. When someone tells me like, oh, I'm 25, 26, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. You probably think like my little sister. No offense to my little sister, but she has matured. So I'm good. Like, you could be my sister's friend. I'm cool on that. That's pedophilic to me. Like, anybody that's that much younger than me, I would feel like a pedophile. Because you were in elementary school when I was in high school. And we shouldn't be even engaging in a romantic relationship. That's how I feel about that one. You know, it is what it is. People are going to do what they want to do, just because this is the society we live in and everybody chasing clout or chasing the bag. But I'm just over it. So I just posted on my story today. It was comparing cartoons now to cartoons when we were growing up. Look, I'm a supporter of the LGBTQIA plus community. Hey, everybody got to live their life and should have a space to represent themselves and express themselves in whatever manner that they feel, as long as you're not hurting other people. But as someone that has a child, no cartoon should be talking about binary, non-binary, sexuality, homosexual relationships, heterosexual relationships. Out across the board, cartoons should just be cartoons, right? I grew up watching Looney Tunes. And yeah, there might have been like boys cartoons liking girl cartoons, but those were animals most of the time. It was rare that it was women, like humans being the ones that are going after a man or a woman in those cartoons. Even if it wasn't talking about, oh, we are they or him, he, she, they. Like, children need to be allowed to be children. I'm not saying that if there's a conversation with a child that is in a classroom that is being bullied or picked on, at that time, then there should be a discussion where the kids that are bullying that child should be taken to the side and their parents should be called and there should be a conversation had. Teaching about these things in schools and teaching things like forcing this into cartoons to educate children when children really still don't understand. Like, I'm thinking about myself at 5, 6 years old. I knew I liked women, but like, I didn't understand what sexuality was. I just knew I liked women. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know what gay was. I didn't know what straight was. And I was allowed to be a child and explore and learn for myself, right? So I think we need to like take a step back from all the like pushing these things onto children to educate them about things that they're not even concerned about or worried about. Like, we create bigotry with our children by how we act and the things that we say and we do. So if you are so concerned about those things, then we need to work on being better people, but don't try to legislate it or, push it into the material that our children are watching or in elementary school, like education, like sex ed, like for what? Because at the end of the day, if a child's a bigot, you're going to be a bigot and you educating them, because when they go home, they're going to be told that that's not okay regardless. So like trying to force feed it to people in school ain't going to happen. And force feeding it into cartoons, it's not like, because the parents just going to turn it off. Y'all got to figure that out. It just needs to, it needs to stop. At a point, it's like, when is enough enough? Right? Like when can children just be children and not try, like, why y'all trying to like teach them things that they're not even ready to comprehend? I guess I'm on one about about women. Look, as someone that has dated, someone that has lived in many places, traveled many places, and I have a ton, not a ton, but I got a good amount of women friends that are platonic. Some women friends that I've dealt with, but now we're friends, and just interacting with women in general. Y'all might say that there's a scientific proof that women mature quicker than men, but they might need to do a reassessment. Because I think what's really the case is women mature more than men, maybe emotionally, because they're able to express their emotions earlier in age and allowed to do so. In my experience, there are immature men and immature women across all ages. They're not able to communicate their feelings. They're not able to assess or understand their feelings and communicate in an appropriate way that's not aggressive or attacking or rooted in, meanness and like vindictiveness. I think it's like that myth needs to end, because hell, y'all educating us so much. There's so much material. There's so much stuff going on now that like, if people aren't maturing quicker, then that's just on them. They don't want to mature. But like, to sit here and say that there's this wide gap between maturity between men and women, all you gotta do is go on social media or have a conversation with both men and women and realize that everybody maturing very slowly, or it's just nonsense. Like, I have never seen a woman that is so vastly more mature than a man at the same age. I just haven't seen it. And I think maturity actually has to do with how you were raised and how the experiences that you had as a child or a young adult that will cause you to mature and make more sound decisions and think more as an adult or someone with a sound mind, right? Like, I don't think it really has anything to do with your gender. I think it has to do with the nurturing of you as a human growing up. So that myth, y'all can let it go, because I know a bunch of immature ass women, that need to go seek help in therapy. All right. Next one. Potholes. Hey, every week I'm probably going to complain about something with Chicago. Look, I just talked about all the construction that y'all doing in the city, but please tell me how y'all still got these big ass potholes that are breaking people's rotors, flattening people's tires, like causing severe damage to people's cars. And y'all doing all this work on the road. Like, I get it. We're in Chicago. There's a lot of rain. There's a lot of snow, whatever, but y'all got to figure it out. All this money y'all taxing, all these tickets y'all be giving. I got a ticket for going in the bank for 5 minutes the other day. Like, all this money that y'all charging for everything, and y'all haven't figured out, or the roads are as terrible as they are. So like, if you're going to do construction and inconvenience me and make me be on the road longer than I need to be, then y'all need to make these roads better, especially with me paying taxes here. Like, I'm on Lakeshore. Why is Lakeshore so terrible? Like, Lakeshore is going to an affluent area, and I done been up and down Lakeshore. I done been up and down in Chicago. It's not a neighborhood I've been in that don't got potholes. Like, so what are y'all doing? Where are y'all putting the money? Because money supposed to go to infrastructure. I know on the highway, that's federal, but like state and local, what you doing with my money? What y'all doing with my taxes? All these taxes I'm paying y'all. So, like, Chicago, I love y'all. I know I complain a lot. I don't really want to be here, but there are things that could make my life here less miserable, and fixing these big ass potholes would be one of them. Because if y'all tear up my car, it's going to be a problem with these, like, bro, fix it, figure it out. Like, have somebody out there every day filling the hole. Cause I don't know. Cause it's ridiculous. This one has been an issue for me probably since college when I lived in DC. Look, charging for bags, stop it. Y'all say y'all was going to charge for bags to make people start buying these reusable bags and to, make the environment better. It ain't working. So can y'all please stop charging me 5 cents for a bag? What is the 5 cents actually doing? Cause I don't feel like them bags only cost 5 cents. If they do, I don't really know the cost. I ain't really took the time to invest and look at it. But like, charging me for a grocery bag when grocery prices are astronomical. I'm paying $7 for a bag of chips, paying $5 for a bag of green beans. Like, juice is $4. Like, things that were $2, $3 are now $6, $7, and y'all still charge me 5 cents for a grocery bag. I think that needs to stop. Like, if the grocery's gonna cost more money, stop charging me for this bag. Because what? For what? And if I go to self-checkout, I'm not gonna tell y'all that I'm taking bags. I'm sorry. I'm not. I took 0 bags. What you gonna do? You gonna follow me out the store for 5 cents? I'm not gonna pay y'all. Stop charging people for bags, because they not gonna bring them reusable bags. I have reusable bags. I have old grocery bags. But sometimes I'm just outside and I forget that I'm going to the grocery store. I didn't plan to go to the grocery store, but now I'm going to the grocery store because I need to get some stuff. And well, since I'm here, I'm going to buy a bunch of groceries. Y'all better not charge me no goddamn bag fee. For what? What does it do? It has not deterred me from going in there without a reusable bag. And even if I had a reusable bag, I don't know how much groceries I'm going to need. So you still charge me because I need to come to your store? So if I stop patronizing your store and just order stuff online, now what? Because that's the thing. You can't charge me for that. So, like, the bag fees are asinine at this point. It's not doing anything. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping the environment because all the other shit y'all doing to the environment. So, cut it out. Stop it. Talking y'all Kroger, talking Whole Foods, Mariano's, all the grocery stores, Ralph's, whoever, Publix, whoever charges me for bags, cut it out. Or lower your grocery prices, and maybe I won't mind the 5 cents because I won't notice it. This one is kind of related to sports, but just people in general. As somebody that gets on message boards and talks about sports, and when you on message boards, you can't really control who you interacting with because you don't know those people. And a lot of people get a lot of courage when they're behind the screen and you don't know who they are, because there are no consequences to talking crazy to somebody that you may never see. But I just saw the altercation between South Carolina players, LSU players in the SEC women's titles game. And I see a lot of times with the NBA, NFL, a lot of y'all just fake tough. Like, I'm not gonna tell you I'm a tough guy. I'm not. Promise you I'm not. One, I'm too old to be tussling. Two, I got a gun. And take that how you will. I'm not about to fight you at 37. I'm not. And I ain't got nothing to prove. So you probably gonna catch a hot one. The number of people that get on the internet or, act tough when they know somebody else gonna stop them from actually getting in the fight, it's stupid. It's silly. You look lame as hell, and it's embarrassing. Especially for our people, like when y'all doing all that hooping and hollering, and like, bro, NBA players, NFL players, y'all got millions of dollars to lose for fighting. What you gonna do? Like, y'all running in the locker room, swinging on people with helmets, like squaring up, and your form for squaring up means you're gonna get punched in the face because you can't actually fight. That's another thing. Like, a lot of y'all be wanting to fight and can't actually fight. Like, I don't know that a lot of people are actually fighting these days. Like, they don't do hand-to-hand combat. Like, I don't fight because I'm 6'1", 220 something. I ain't really getting no credit for fighting the average size human. And I'm not saying that I can't get knocked out, but I like my chances because, one, I know how to fight. Two, I took martial arts. So if you add on to that, like, I'm pretty sure I could defend myself against most men. But a lot of y'all can't fight. Y'all just be swinging and leaving your face open, and you get knocked out. Or worse, you're going to get killed because somebody going to hit you wrong. You're going to go to sleep, hit your head, and now you dead. And now that person in jail. It's just like all that fake tough guy shit, throw it out the door. And same thing for you girls. All y'all want to be tough. For what? For what? Like, I think at a certain age, maybe you should fight just, so you can learn that, hey, if you say something, somebody gonna pop you in the mouth. But like, at this big age, nobody should be fighting about nothing. Like, for what? What is it gonna prove? That you're tougher? This ain't the prison yard. Nobody has to be the tough guy. Nobody has to be the biggest dog in the yard. This ain't wrestling. This ain't boxing. This ain't MMA. Like, it is perfectly fine to like tell somebody, hey, don't disrespect me, and keep it moving. Like, all that fake tough shit. If you don't get knocked out, you might get shot. Like, you gonna jump tough with the wrong person, and they not gonna let it go. Like, I respect everybody. Like, unless you put your hands on me, all right, cool. Unless you put my life in danger, put my child in danger, bro, you got it. Cause I know what I can do and I know what I got. There ain't no talking. And that's the other thing. Y'all do a lot of talking. Like, if you gonna fight, then swing. Like, y'all just be talking. Talk to yourself. Maybe trying to convince yourself that you gonna do something. But it just looks stupid when you're doing all that. So, cut the tough guy shit out. All right. Well, this has been another episode of T.O.T.S. Y'all be easy or don't. But every choice has a consequence. Every action has a reaction. Catch y'all next time.